There are no coincidences. If you are hearing these words right now, know that life is aligning something beautiful for you. Change is on the horizon, and the universe is guiding you toward a transformation that will shift everything for the better. You may feel uncertain standing at the edge of something new, but trust that this moment is divinely timed. You are ready. Life is always speaking to us. Sometimes it speaks in soft whispers, gentle nudges, quiet moments of insight, or a feeling deep in your soul that something is about to shift. These whispers are the universe's way of guiding you, preparing you, and leading you toward the next stage of your journey. But if you ignore them, if you resist them, the whispers grow louder. And when you continue to dismiss the signs, the universe has no choice but to roar. Have you ever had a moment where life seemed to push you into change? Maybe you lost a job unexpectedly, a relationship ended without warning, or a door you thought was open suddenly slammed shut. In those moments, it may have felt like the world was against you, like everything was falling apart. But what if, instead of falling apart, things were falling into place? What if the universe had been whispering to you all along, trying to prepare you, but you weren't ready to listen? The universe always starts with gentle signals, subtle feelings of discomfort, an inner knowing that something isn't right, or synchronicities that seem too perfect to ignore. Maybe you felt drained in your job for months, but you kept pushing through. You noticed that each morning it became harder to get out of bed, harder to find motivation. That was the whisper. Then perhaps you started making more mistakes, or conflicts with colleagues increased. The whisper grew louder. Finally, something big happened. You were laid off, or you reached a breaking point and quit. That was the roar. And while it may have felt like a crisis at first, in time, you realized it was the best thing that could have happened. The same happens in relationships. Sometimes you know deep down that a person is not meant to walk your entire journey with you. You feel it in the way your energy shifts when they enter the room. You notice it in the small ways they treat you, how they make you question your worth, or how your heart doesn't feel safe in their presence. The universe whispers, "This is not for you." But out of love, fear, or attachment you stay. The whispers become louder. More arguments, more distance, more signs that this connection is not aligned with your highest good. And then one day, the universe roars. The relationship ends in a painful breakup, a betrayal, or an unavoidable separation. At first it may feel unfair, like life is against you, but in time you see the truth. The universe was never trying to hurt you, it was trying to set you free. It was trying to guide you toward something better, something more in alignment with your true self. When you start to recognize the whispers, you begin to move with the flow of life rather than against it. You learn to listen when your soul nudges you, when your intuition tells you it's time for a change. You stop waiting for life to push you through force, and instead you step forward willingly. You understand that discomfort is not a punishment, but a sign that you are growing beyond your current situation. The universe is always communicating with you. It speaks through your emotions. If you constantly feel drained, uninspired, or uneasy, that is not something to ignore. It speaks through patterns. If you keep facing the same lessons in different forms, it's a sign that you are being called to change something within yourself. It speaks through synchronicities, repeated numbers, symbols, or messages that show up at just the right time to confirm what you already feel deep down. Instead of fearing change, welcome it. Instead of resisting the signs, embrace them. Trust that the universe is not here to harm you, but to guide you toward your highest potential. When you surrender to the flow of life, you no longer have to be forced into transformation. You move with grace, with trust, with the understanding that every closed door is a blessing, every ending is a new beginning, and every shift is happening for your highest good. Right now, the universe may be whispering to you. Perhaps you've been feeling restless, sensing that something new is on the horizon. Maybe you've been seeing signs, noticing patterns, or feeling an inner call to step into the unknown. Pay attention. Don't wait for life to roar before you move. Trust the whisper. Trust yourself. Trust that something extraordinary is unfolding and you are exactly where you need to be. Resistance is something we all face when we are on the verge of transformation. It comes in many forms: fear, self-doubt, procrastination, or the sudden urge to retreat back into what is familiar. You may feel like life is testing you, throwing obstacles in your path just as you begin to move forward. But what if I told you that resistance is not a sign to stop, but a signal that you are closer than ever to a breakthrough? When you are about to step into something greater, resistance will try to hold you back. It's like a force that arises just before you cross the threshold into a new version of yourself. Why does this happen? Because change, even when it is positive, challenges the part of you that is attached to comfort. Your mind has spent years building patterns, routines, and beliefs based on where you have been, not where you are going. And when you start breaking free from those limitations, resistance shows up to try and keep you in place. Think about any major shift in your life. Maybe you decided to start a new business, leave a toxic relationship, or take your health seriously. At first, there was excitement, the thrill of possibility, but then, almost immediately, resistance crept in. Doubt whispered in your ear. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if this isn't the right time? Suddenly, distractions appeared, excuses surfaced, and fear made you question everything. This is resistance at work. It wants you to stay exactly where you are, because that is what feels safe, even if it is not what serves you. The truth is, the moment you feel the strongest resistance is often the moment right before everything shifts. It's like climbing a steep mountain. Just before reaching the peak, the climb is the hardest, your muscles burn, your breath shortens, and you may think about turning back. But if you keep going, if you push through that last stretch, suddenly you reach the top. You see the view. You realize that all the struggle was worth it. That's exactly how breakthroughs happen in life. Many people give up right before their greatest transformation. They mistake resistance for a sign that they are on the wrong path, when in reality, it's confirmation that they are closer than ever. Imagine if the caterpillar gave up in the struggle of transformation, afraid of what was on the other side of the cocoon. It would never become the butterfly. The same is true for you. Your next level is waiting, but you must push through the discomfort of growth to reach it. So how do you move through resistance instead of letting it stop you? First, recognize it for what it is. Resistance is not a warning to turn back. It is a sign that you are expanding beyond your old limits. Instead of fighting it, acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I see you, resistance, but I will not let you control me. I know that this struggle is proof that I am evolving. Next, take one step forward, even when fear tells you not to. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to feel completely ready. Just take one small action. If you are starting a new project, make that first phone call. If you are healing from heartbreak, commit to loving yourself today. If you are stepping into a new opportunity, remind yourself why you started in the first place. The more you move through resistance, the weaker it becomes. Finally, trust the process. Life is unfolding in your favor, even when it doesn't seem that way. The challenges you face are not here to stop you. They are here to strengthen you. Every great success story includes moments of doubt, moments of struggle, moments where it would have been easier to quit. But those who break through are the ones who keep going, even when resistance tries to hold them back. Right now, you may be feeling that resistance. Maybe you're questioning whether you're capable of achieving your dreams. Maybe life feels like it is pushing against you. But this is not the end of your journey. It is the turning point. Keep going. Keep believing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Life has a way of taking things away from us. Relationships, opportunities, jobs, friendships, and even versions of ourselves that we thought would last forever. When we lose something, our first instinct is often to hold on, to question why it happened, to wonder if we could have done something differently. But what if I told you that what you lose was never meant to stay? What if I told you that every loss is in truth a redirection, one that is clearing the path for something greater? We tend to believe that when something leaves our lives, it is a punishment or a failure. We think that if we had been smarter, stronger, or better, we could have kept it. But the truth is, nothing that is truly meant for you will ever leave. If it was supposed to stay, it would have found a way. And if it left, it means its purpose in your life has been fulfilled. Think about all the times you were devastated by loss, only to realize later that it was a blessing in disguise. Maybe you lost a job you thought you needed, only to find a better opportunity that aligned with your true passions. Maybe a relationship ended, and at the time it felt like your heart would never heal. But looking back, you see that it was never the love you truly deserved. Maybe certain friends drifted away and you felt abandoned, but now you understand that they were only meant to walk with you for a certain season, not a lifetime. Everything in life operates on divine timing. People, experiences, and circumstances come into your life for a reason. Some are meant to teach you, some are meant to challenge you, and some are meant to walk beside you for a lifetime. But when something no longer serves your highest good, life has a way of removing it. And if you refuse to let go, life will make it so uncomfortable that you have no choice but to release it. The pain of loss comes from attachment, the belief that we need something to be whole, that we cannot be happy without it. But the reality is, you were whole before it came into your life, and you are whole after it leaves. Nothing outside of you defines your worth. Nothing outside of you has the power to take away your happiness unless you give it that power. When you lose something, instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What is life making space for?" Instead of resisting, trust. Trust that what is meant for you will never require you to chase it. Trust that the doors that close are just as important as the ones that open. Trust that even in loss, there is a greater plan unfolding. Growth often comes through letting go. The version of you that was attached to that relationship, that job, or that old dream is not the version of you that is meant to step into the future. Sometimes, loss is the very thing that forces you to grow, to evolve, to become who you were always meant to be. It is natural to grieve when something or someone leaves your life. Honor that feeling. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, but do not become trapped in them. Do not hold on to something that is trying to leave. Do not chase what has already let you go. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of trust. It is a declaration that you believe in something greater than what you lost. Right now, you may be experiencing loss. Maybe life feels uncertain. Maybe you are struggling to understand why something was taken from you. But know this: what is meant for you will always find you. What you lost was never meant to stay. And soon you will look back and understand why. You will see that life was not taking from you, it was making space for something far greater. So let go with grace, release with love, trust that something beautiful is on the way, and remember, you are never losing. You are simply being guided toward where you are truly meant to be. Everything in your life, your experiences, your relationships, your opportunities, is a reflection of your energy. The thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, and the beliefs you hold all contribute to the energy you radiate into the world. And that energy, in turn, shapes your reality. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others struggle no matter how hard they try? It's not just about luck or circumstances. It's about the energy they carry within them. Those who believe in abundance, who trust in their worth, and who move through life with confidence naturally draw positive experiences toward them. On the other hand, those who constantly dwell in doubt, fear, or negativity find themselves stuck in cycles of struggle. The universe is always responding to your energy. When you focus on lack, you create more lack. When you focus on growth, you create more opportunities for expansion. This is not just about positive thinking, it's about alignment. It's about becoming a match for the reality you wish to experience. If you desire love, you must first cultivate love within yourself. If you desire success, you must see yourself as worthy and capable of achieving it. If you desire peace, you must release the internal battles you've been holding on to. Your energy is shaped by the thoughts you entertain daily. Every thought carries a vibration, and the more you think a thought, the stronger that vibration becomes. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that the world is against you, or that success is out of reach, then that becomes your reality. Not because the world is unkind, but because your energy aligns with struggle rather than with possibility. But the beautiful thing is, you can shift your energy at any moment. You are not bound by your past thoughts, habits, or beliefs. Right now, you can choose to align with a different frequency, one that attracts joy, abundance, and love into your life. And the moment you do, the world around you begins to change. One of the most powerful ways to shift your energy is through gratitude. When you focus on what is already good in your life, you raise your vibration. Gratitude is an energy of abundance. It signals to the universe that you recognize and appreciate what you have, and in response, the universe gives you more to be grateful for. Another way to elevate your energy is through self-awareness. Pay attention to the emotions you carry throughout the day. Are you moving through life with excitement, passion, and trust, or are you weighed down by doubt, resentment, and fear? Your emotions are indicators of your energy, and when you find yourself in a low vibrational state, pause, breathe, reconnect with your inner self, and make a conscious choice to shift. The people you surround yourself with also influence your energy. If you are constantly around negativity, it will pull you down. But when you engage with people who inspire, uplift, and believe in possibility, your own energy rises. Choose your environment wisely because it is shaping you in ways you may not even realize. Remember that energy is fluid. It is always moving, always shifting. This means that no matter where you are right now, you have the power to change. You are not stuck. You are not limited. You are a creator. And your reality is simply a reflection of what you choose to align with. So ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into my life today? Are you carrying the energy of love, confidence, and abundance, or are you holding on to fear, doubt, and limitation? If you don't like what you see in your life, don't resist it. Shift your energy. Start with small changes. Surround yourself with positivity. Focus on what is possible instead of what is lacking. Right now, in this very moment, the doorway to a new life is open. Can you feel it? Can you sense the shift, the quiet invitation from the universe urging you to step forward? So often, we wait for a perfect sign, a guarantee, a moment where everything feels safe before we embrace change. But life doesn't work that way. The door is already open. You only need the courage to walk through it. Many people live as though they are trapped, as though the life they have today is the only life available to them. They believe their circumstances define them. They tell themselves stories about why they can't change, why they must remain stuck, why things will never be different. But none of these stories are true. The only thing keeping you where you are is the belief that you have no other choice. And the moment you realize you do have a choice, everything changes. A new life does not come from waiting. It does not come from hoping that someday things will magically be different. It comes from decision. It comes from a deep, unwavering commitment to becoming the person you are meant to be. It comes from stepping into the unknown, even when fear whispers that you should stay where it's comfortable. Fear will always try to keep you from stepping through the doorway. It will tell you that you're not ready. It will remind you of every past failure, every disappointment, every reason why you should stay exactly where you are. But fear is not truth. Fear is simply the mind's way of protecting you from the unknown. And the unknown is where your new life awaits. Think about all the times you doubted yourself but did the hard thing anyway. Remember the strength you found when you thought you had none left. Recall the moments when life surprised you with something beautiful, something you never saw coming. That same possibility exists now. That same magic is waiting on the other side of the doorway. But you must walk through it. Stepping into a new life means leaving behind what no longer serves you. It means releasing the old version of yourself, the one who settled, the one who doubted, the one who played small. It means letting go of excuses, of blaming circumstances, of waiting for the right time. The right time is now. The door is open now. Your new life is not waiting for you to be perfect. It is not waiting for you to have all the answers. It is simply waiting for you to begin. What does your heart truly desire? Not what you think is possible, not what others have told you is realistic, but what you truly crave deep in your soul. That dream, that vision, that longing, it is there for a reason. It is not a mistake. It is your inner guidance leading you toward your highest path. But that path requires trust. It requires action. It requires you to stop looking at the doorway and walk through it. Yes, it will be uncomfortable at first. Growth always is. There will be moments of doubt, moments when you question whether you made the right choice. But that is part of the process. Every great transformation begins with uncertainty. Every great breakthrough comes after resistance. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the first step, then the next, and then the next. Each step will reveal the path. Each step will bring new opportunities, new lessons, new strength. Life is not meant to be lived in hesitation. It is meant to be embraced with boldness, with trust, with the deep knowing that you are being guided towards something greater. So, I ask you today, will you step through the doorway? Will you let go of the past, of the doubts, of the fears that have kept you small? Will you embrace the unknown, trusting that what lies ahead is far greater than anything you are leaving behind? The doorway to a new life is open, and all you have to do is walk through it. Your future self is calling you forward. Can you hear it? That quiet yet persistent voice inside, urging you to grow, to evolve, to step into something greater than where you are now. It is not a distant dream, not a wishful fantasy. It is the truth of who you are meant to become. It is the version of you that already exists, waiting for you to align with it, to claim it, to step boldly into the life that is yours to live. Every day you are either moving toward your future self or staying trapped in the patterns of the past. The choice is always yours. You can remain where you are, doing what you have always done, thinking the same thoughts, clinging to the same fears. Or you can listen to the call. You can choose to move forward, to rise, to become the person you were always meant to be. Your future self is not found in comfort zones. It is not found in the safety of what is familiar. It is found in growth, in change, in the willingness to step into the unknown. Yes, that can feel terrifying at times. Growth demands that you let go of the old version of yourself, the one who settled, the one who doubted, the one who was afraid to take the leap. But what waits for you on the other side of that leap is far greater than any fear that tries to hold you back. Think about where you are today. Every decision, every belief, every action you have taken has brought you here. Some choices empowered you. Others may have kept you small. But no matter what your past looks like, your future remains unwritten. It is calling you, waiting for you, urging you to step into your highest potential. But to do that, you must start making choices that align with the person you want to become. You cannot keep doing what you have always done and expect a different outcome. You cannot hold on to limiting beliefs and expect to create an abundant life. You cannot surround yourself with negativity and expect to grow into your best self. Your future self already exists in the energy of possibility. It is living the life you dream of, experiencing the success, the love, the joy, the fulfillment that you desire. But it is not separate from you. It is simply waiting for you to rise and meet it. So ask yourself, what does your future self look like? How do they think? How do they move through the world? What choices do they make? What kind of energy do they embody? When you start living in alignment with that vision today, you begin to bridge the gap between where you are and where you are meant to be. This does not mean you need to have it all figured out. It does not mean you must be perfect. Growth is a process, a journey of becoming. Your future self is not expecting you to transform overnight, but it is asking you to take the first step, to say yes to yourself, to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start now. That means letting go of the excuses, the doubts, the stories that have kept you stuck. It means believing in yourself even when the evidence isn't there yet. It means choosing faith over fear, progress over perfection, courage over comfort. And yes, the path will challenge you. You will face moments of resistance, moments when the old version of you tries to pull you back. But in those moments, remember this: you are stronger than your past. You are not your mistakes, your failures, or your fears. You are unlimited potential. You are the creator of your own reality, and you have everything within you to become the person you are meant to be. When you truly commit to this journey, when you decide to listen to the call of your future self, life begins to shift in extraordinary ways. New opportunities appear. The right people come into your life. Doors that once seemed closed suddenly open, not because of luck, but because you finally aligned with the energy of the life you desire. So today I invite you to make a choice to stop holding yourself back, a choice to trust yourself, to believe in the version of you that is already whole, already worthy, already capable of creating a life beyond your wildest dreams. Your future self is not a distant possibility. It is you, waiting for you to step forward, to rise, to claim your power. And all you have to do is answer the call.